Come on, Maisie.
Hop on in. This is Ty's Minute Down Memory Lane.
In association with the Right Eye Productions broadcast.
Ty at Night.
They say good fences make for good neighbors. Yeah, I remember growing up, I had great neighbors. Still do. Sometimes those neighbors, when treated kindly, become friends or even like family. Neighbors share laughs, food, and memorable stories. Sometimes even tears. Good neighbors also lend a hand. Brings me to a story when I was a kid, about 7 years old. I was playing with my favorite toy truck, and it broke. Man, I was sad, devastated even. I needed glue to fix the broken toy truck, and we didn't have any. But our neighbor always had everything. So I ran next door and asked him for some glue and needed to fix my truck, I said, to which he kindly agreed. He handed me a tube of super glue. I was excited and hopeful to repair that toy truck. I ran back to the house and worked on that toy truck for an hour. In kids' minutes, it seemed like eternity, right? All I did was make a mess. I made matters worse. The super glue stuck to my fingers and all over my workspace. Man, I was a wreck. Even worse than the truck at this point. I was again upset, now not only at the broken toy truck, but the fact that I used all of the neighbor's super glue with nothing to spare. I became afraid. Nervous even. You see, our neighbor was the kindest man, yet he was stern. He was straightforward, point blank, a retired military man who towered over me at 6'5", shadowing my small frame as if he was a human eclipse. I knew I had to confront him and apologize for using all of that glue. After pacing back and forth, I ran to my room, rattling through a metal coffee can that I used as a makeshift piggy bank. Yeah, inside some loose change and 2 $1 bills. I'd earned those from my allowance. With the $2 now clenched in my right hand, I got up the courage and went back to my neighbor's house, knocking on his door. As he opened it, he asked, "Did you fix the truck?" I said, "No, sir. I'm sorry, but I used all of your glue." Opening my clenched left hand, showing him the empty tube. I then opened my clenched right hand, offering the crinkled $2 in return, saying, "Please, sir, accept this as my apologies to replace your glue." He looked at me, saying nothing, glaring even. A few moments passed. He then said, "Follow me, kid." Around to the back of his house, we went to a metal shed. Opening the doors, I could see the shed was in pristine condition. Everything inside neat and in order, labeled and even in military fashion, to his respect. He then rustled through a drawer and pulled out yet another brand new tube of glue, placing it in my left hand, saying, "Hang on to this." Well, I was still nervous. He closed the drawer and just glared at me. Then he grabbed my right hand, which I was still holding the crinkled $2. Looking me straight in the eyes, he said, "Having compassion and empathy in life is priceless." Taking his left hand, he closed my right hand and said, "Hang on to your $2. Now let's go fix that truck."
Talking life, love, and anything in between.
This has been another edition of Ty at Night.
In association with the Right Eye Productions broadcast.